Imagine being so powerful that you could turn an entire river into blood or summon darkness at will. These weren't just tricks. They were real demonstrations of divine power that changed the course of history. I'm talking about the 10 plagues of Egypt, one of the most dramatic stories ever told. Picture this. The Israelites are enslaved in Egypt, suffering under Pharaoh's cruel rule. Moses, chosen by God, walks into Pharaoh's palace with a simple message: "Let my people go." But Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and what followed was a devastating series of plagues that would bring the mighty Egyptian empire to its knees. First, the Nile turned to blood. Then came frogs everywhere. I mean everywhere. In beds, in food, in houses. But that was just the beginning. Lice infested everything, followed by wild beasts terrorizing the streets. The Egyptian livestock fell sick and died, while painful boils broke out on people's skin. Then came devastating hail mixed with fire, locusts that devoured every green thing, and darkness so thick you could feel it. But the final plague, that was the most terrible of all: the death of every firstborn in Egypt. Only those who marked their doorposts with lamb's blood were spared, as God's presence passed over their homes, giving us the name Passover. This story teaches us powerful lessons that still resonate today. It shows us that pride and stubbornness, like Pharaoh's, can lead to devastating consequences. It reminds us that God hears the cries of the oppressed and acts on their behalf. And perhaps most importantly, it demonstrates that true freedom sometimes requires divine intervention and human courage working together. You know, when I think about this story, I'm struck by how it speaks to our modern struggles with power, freedom, and faith. We might not face literal plagues, but we all face moments when we need to stand up for what's right, trust in something bigger than ourselves, and have the courage to follow through. If this story resonates with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. What plague do you think would have convinced you to let the Israelites go? Drop a comment below. And if you want more stories that bring ancient wisdom to modern life, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. Share this video with someone who needs a reminder that freedom and justice will prevail. Remember, sometimes the hardest hearts can be changed, and even the mightiest obstacles can fall when faith leads the way.